Welcome everybody to the Female Esports League ARAM tournament. My name is Everyday. With me is Spoods. How are we today, man?
Pretty tired, but games are gonna be sick if there are any. If 2 weeks ago was anything to go by, so I'm actually pretty excited to see what we have in store for everybody today as well. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. I was surprised how much fun it was last time when we casted the ARAMs over on the Singapore server. We are today looking at the Philippines, which is, I mean, it's the same game, so I don't know how much of a huge difference it'll make, but it's cool to get
We have the
other
volleyball on the
regions
bridge,
going. That's true.
possibly.
Now
Right?
we were talking about this before we went live. Is that there may well be the Volibear event because, of course,
Right.
Volibear is angry at the ARAM bridge for some reason. I believe we have
Stole
a draft.
his cookies.
I believe we have a draft.
Right?
Let's go have a look at that. What have we got here? So we do have a little bit of a ghetto setup, just due to VPNs and the like.
That's one way to put it.
We do apologize, but you can see the draft once the settings menu is out of the way. It's no big deal. I can see it. We've got Ziggs, Jax, Riven, Maokai, Nasus against Skarner, Eve, Gnar, Talon, Gangplank. What do we think of these two teams?
I still can barely see them. The advice I've been given is to just rant about ARAM balance if there's an OP champion, but so far I'm not seeing any. I'm curious to see whether or not we're going to see AP Nasus come out, but both these teams looking pretty strong once we get into the team fight. Obviously, you have a few champions on both sides that don't really do that well in an ARAM setting. Obviously, Eve would be one example. Riven is also not that good, I believe, until the later stages where she gets a little bit more tanky. So overall, I think both teams are pretty balanced, and it'll just come down to who plays it better early. I think that's usually how ARAM games go nowadays.
Yeah, I think aside from maybe a few of the really big OPs, in general, ARAMs are fairly balanced. So, we will have to find out, but we'll be back in just a little bit. We do have to run an ad and that while we wait for the spectator delay. We'll see you guys in not very long at all. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We are still just waiting the last bits of the spectator delay. About a minute and a half left on that one. But this is the first game of the day, so worth having a bit of a chat about things we want to see in ARAMs in general, not necessarily these two drafts. I'll start it off.
Absolutely.
Who do you think is the strongest champion in ARAM?
Who do I think is the strongest champion in ARAM?
Yeah.
What was that the question? Well, my win rate is Galio, and I guess you can see why. It has great AoE with the taunt as well as the ultimate. So honestly, I have to agree with the win rate here because I think he's actually like 2% higher than the next champion on the list. So it's kind of broken there.
Completely ridiculous. I
could be wrong. I'll have to check.
I would have thought someone like Sona would have been the highest win.
Sona was the highest for like quite some time at like 66% or some stupid stat like that. But she got nerfed, I think, and now she sort of went down in popularity and priority as well.
I mean, is popularity really a thing in ARAM? Like,
oh wait,
I
did not mean popular. I meant win rate. I meant win rate. Boy.
Yeah, I don't know if we can talk about priority when you do just get given random champion.
That's fair.
It's all right. We all make mistakes. So we are nearly at the end of the spectator delay. Once we are in, we'll let you know. Go ahead, sorry.
All right. One interesting thing, as compared to the Singapore ARAMs that we saw a couple of weeks ago, is that no AD carries this time.
So that's actually very true.
Yeah, no high AD at the late game, so it actually could go either way once we hit late game. There's no sort of insurance policy for both sides here.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting because we've kind of got the two late game, well, if it was Summoner's Rift, the late game Nasus and Gangplank. Kind of interesting to see how that translates into the ARAM setting. We'll be getting into game momentarily, just waiting for our feed to switch
AP Nasus.
I think AP Nasus is legit. You can't dodge that circle. How do you dodge the circle on Howling Abyss?
I'm not memeing. I think AP Nasus on ARAM is actually pretty viable. You're not going to play it in Summoner's Rift, so we might as well play it here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, right?
Makes complete sense to me. I'm sorry, I just need to fix an output. Because
Oh,
again, sorry, we had to adjust how we were gonna do the stream at the last minute. So
a couple
just
weeks ago, we didn't even get to watch the first game, so I guess this is
an
sort of an improvement by
This
now.
is a very big improvement.
Right.
I'll fix one quick thing. So if you want to give us a rundown on what kind of things you're expecting out of these two teams.
Well, I think not even just these two teams, but in ARAM, I expect a lot of team fighting. I think between the Singapore ARAMs and now, I think I've learned quite a bit more that ARAM is actually quite a good team fighting tool, a good practice tool for if you want to learn how to dodge skill shots. So it's not entirely useless as I was sort of believing the last time we were on the Howling Abyss.
Oh, you like this? Sorry, my OBS is
What do you mean?
being very mean.
Oh.
Not you. You're completely correct. As I'm just still trying to fix the crop. Unfortunately, we have a big black bar on one side that I need to.
It's a throwback to 2008. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some Counter-Strike pros still play with black bars, which is weird. But we
Can't say anything to
everyone. Yeah. Just yeah. This is a train wreck. Oh no. Come back. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Right, anyway, we are currently on the bridge. Blue team has not moved from the base. We can't see what items they've bought, actually. If we could get the item bar up, that would be nice.
We're gonna have to deal with the black bars for the first game. I'll fix them up.
Right.
Yeah, we just need the scoreboard, if we could, Mr. Feedman. Hopefully you're listening. We do need to know what items they had. It's also, we've got this weird colour palette. It's so dark, but we do have the Jacks engaging here. Banana Sucker going straight forward. Does go down to the Talon, though. And now the rest of them are trying to back off. They've got the first blood. Can they get out with their lives? They definitely can. That's just a bit of gold here in the red team's pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a few seconds ahead of me at the moment.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You might need to
the Jacks,
refresh.
Oh, the Jacks die, yeah.
Yeah, just refresh your stream.
Refresh my feed. It's a bootleg setup, but it works. Right. Hopefully that's fixed. Not much to say. The Jax is back. We do have some bush shenanigans just in case. Nah, we have some bush shenanigans with the Maokai saplings and the gangplank barrels. So bush is definitely something that both teams have to look out for. You can't just blindly wander into those shrubs if you want.
The Skarner Spire. That one's pretty important.
Yeah.
The control over that spire is very important for Skarner. He's much, much stronger, obviously, when he is in his happy circle. They do get control of that right now. Also, just production note: if I do get ahead of you, change your YouTube to ×2 speed. Yeah, figure that out when we do the VCS broadcast, because that's bootleg. Okay. But looking at the game as it's playing out, I think something that's going to be really interesting is the Ziggs. We do see Siren or Siren, however we want to say it, on the Ziggs. Long-range poke that constantly can wear people down is very, very strong.
Yeah, not to mention Ziggs' ability to basically just demolish towers, especially in the late game. Just chunks the tower for 3/4 of its health. Absolutely insane as my stream goes into buffering mode. God bless.
Oh no. Well, mine's still okay, so I'll carry us, don't you worry. It is the blue side pushing in towards the tower, but it's just minion being cleared at the moment. The health relic will get hit. Gangplank deciding not to get that health. They wanted to get a bit of damage. Looking at the runes, Gangplank doesn't have runes. What?
Might actually just be a spectator, but you can see that all the healths are not there. So
yeah, there we go. We do have a scoreboard. And if they click X.
Oh, they're going in.
Oh, they're not going in yet on my end. Oh god, this is a mess.
Oh man.
This is a total mess. There's the Gangplank ult being used though, and Maokai's thrown themselves forward. Talon goes invisible, doing a lot of damage. This is very, very close now, but oh no, the blue team is taking over absolutely massively here. The Maokai ult has been pressed. Are they going to go under the tower? This is another kill here. No, the Gnar stun is very good, and Nard back into the wall. Named playing that one very, very well, but not Lars, has decided it's not over. Goes forward and only gets one before going down, and oh, Rogue only gets sniped by the Gangplank. Oh dear.
That was
And they're going under tower. They are. Huna goes down. This is the blue team wanting to die after this fight, obviously, as they do pick up some extra kills. Nicole G running back. The triple kill for the Skarner, the easiest triple kill that Scorpion has ever seen.
Alright, well, both teams are sort of on an even playing field now that basically everybody has died. That was a super messy fight from the start. I guess me having to pause every few seconds to catch up to your time did negatively affect my experience watching that as well. But they're going in once again.
They're going in again. They are Kawhi getting taken down instantly. That Talon doing nothing in response to the Jax. The blue team will even it back up in kills, and the gold's pretty much dead even as well. So we can see the items now, so if there's any comments to be made.
Well, Nessus is in fact going AP, so I'm quite a big fan of that. You can see he was chunking, well, not chunking the Skarner's health by like, let's call it 25. He'll get stronger later in the game, so it's all good. You were talking about runes a while ago, though. The Ziggs currently with the Dark Harvest just adds on to his ability to snowball into that late game. Just has to keep procking the 50%.
Maokai in some trouble. As that is a Dark Harvest stack picked up for not Lars there onto that tree. The Evelyn doing even more damage. Dark Harvest, of course, very good on Evelyn if you can get those stacks going. Not typically what's taken on Summoner's Rift, but it's a very different ball game.
They can just keep procking. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Dark Harvest,
at the moment, though,
use it.
Right. At the moment, still interested to see how big of an impact this Eve is going to have on the game. Like you said, did pick up Dark Harvest, can be quite the late game monster. Well, mid to late game monster, she sort of falls off late. But then again, this is ARAM. I'm sort of just tripping all over the place right now. But yeah, your invisibility now is not gonna be all that useful here on the Howling Abyss. You know, everybody's basically in mid lane, so you can see that Eve's having a bit of a troublesome time just ensuring that she doesn't walk into visible range.
The one good thing about it, though, of course, is the second half of that passive, which is when she's invisible, she gets insane health regen. Eve is basically always going to be full health if they disengage.
Right.
She heals up very, very quickly while in that demon clone.
Indeed, but your health's not going to be all that useful if you're forced to basically hide further away than your tier 1 tower. You're not going to do much damage. Sure, you're full health, but you're always going to be full health if you're not in the fight.
Very, very true. But still, you know, we got to take our silver linings from Dark Clouds, and those saplings just constantly being lobbed in as the long-range artillery. This is so far looking very difficult for the red team to navigate. There's just so much for them to dodge in the Ziggs and the Maokai. It's not much fun.
It sort of devolved into a bit of a poke situation, right? You have the Ziggs throwing the bombs, Gangplank with the barrels and the saplings, like you said. It's not that fun if you're the Jax and the Riven. Not like you're not having the best time right now.
Yeah, they're not doing much. But then again, neither is the Skarner or the Evelyn. 7 and 4 CS, respectively. Not a super fun time.
You're basically just wondering why they're going in.
Will be forced. The flash forward and the ult has been picked up there. Skarner going in hard. Riven very, very low, but it doesn't matter. She gets a kill before she goes down. Ziggs has got one as well. It's a 3v4. I think they want to keep this fight going. At the very least, go for the reset. Rogue only flashing forward to pick up the kill onto the Nasus, but he goes down. Not Lars will get the shield from the barrier. Can he get more? No. And now it's just Kawhi and Siren going back and forth. Can the Talon win this one out? Flashing forward, and he'll get the triple kill. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for the Talon. And it's 9 people dead.
Oh,
My
that was quite an impressive fight. At the start, you could see that the Nar ultimate coming down was actually quite
Ooh,
huge.
that's
But the
nice.
issue with that is that no one was there to follow up because again, Eve and Skarner they were way too far behind. I don't know, Eve and Talon, I think they were way too far behind to have any sort of positive impact on that fight. But they do manage to turn it around with a quite a well coordinated team fight coming in 2v4 by the Eve and the Talon to basically clean up the rest of those kills.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very well played by the two assassins here for the red team. Not Lars and Kawhi really showing off is have a bit of a freeze, but we're back. No worries. Happens.
Yeah, I think blue team just basically did not expect that much damage to come through from Talon and Eve this early on in the game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Now, checking back in with the items, we do have the magic resist coming in for Skarner. Evelyn does have that first item power spike as well, doing some damage. Overall, I think this is going to be shaping up to the blue team has pretty much full wave control with an AP Nasus and a Ziggs. But when it comes to the hard engages, if the red team can get in there cleanly, they do have a lot of damage.
Yeah, cleanly is the word. You have to keep an eye on the cooldowns on that Skarner snowball because that has been how they were engaging the last two fights, and came out pretty favorably last time. And I think blue team just did not expect that. I mean, he threw it at them. They basically continue walking forward, and not you're walking into a fight at that point, and
Yeah.
you lost. So.
Absolutely. I think the Skarner ult is a very big cooldown to keep in mind. If they can just get an instant pick and make a fight a 4v5, they'll definitely go for that one. As well as the Mega Gnar, of course, the Gnar ult is pretty easy to hit on the Howling Abyss. It's not very wide. Hard to miss the walls as they're desperately trying to get this Skarner spy, but can't quite do it. They do get the stun onto Nasus, pops the Dominus, but they'll go down too easy. The Ziggs Inferno Bomb doing so much damage on the backside. Hushinjo trying to flash away, but they do get found. Rogue only eating those oranges. Now it's Kawhi charging forward. Can she get anything done? She gets one. Banana Sucker's down. Can she find anything more? It's going to look like she's struggling at the moment. And oh no, the red team has been absolutely wiped. 3 members of the blue team still available, and they'll push in this tower. That's a tragedy.
Yeah, they should be able to take this tower right now. That last fight, actually, once again, red team showing that they are very well coordinated when it comes down to the team fights. Unfortunately for them, I think blue team was just a little too far ahead in terms of damage, and they weren't able to put down enough to chunk down those health bars. Eve, though, doing some work right now.
Eve absolutely doing some work. The triple kill there for Not Lars. Now, of course, it was the intentional overstay by the members of the blue team. They were trying to die and get their items, but giving 3 kills to an Evelyn is not how you want to do that reset.
Yeah, we're starting to approach that mid-game where Eve is as strong as she can be, especially going into it 5, 3, and 7.
Skarner
but
has been caught out a little bit, but they're going to turn it around, and who's caught? It wasn't the Skarner at all, it was Nasus that was caught, as she has gone down. It's like the re-engage, Banana Sucker, and the Riven want to get something done. They haven't done much at all this game, and unfortunately that trend will be continuing. The Jax just
I'm not exactly sure what this Nasus is doing. It's pretty unfortunate because you're playing AP Nasus, you don't have to be all that far ahead to do damage with your E, and the unfortunate thing is that she's been the one caught out the past few times, and it's really starting to stack on in a disadvantage for the blue team.
It also looks like they're going for the Triforce second item, which that doesn't make much sense to me.
You're going AP Nasus. Why are you going?
Why
Triforce?
are you going Triforce? No, you just go full. AP Nasus is not about the Q.
Go.
Just go AP and make your circle do stupid damage. This is a bit of a weird decision for sure. Out of Nicole.
I've played 4 Rabadon's Nasus, AP Nasus in ARAM before, and I'm pretty sure it works very well unless they nerf it. So. Triforce? Question mark.
I don't mind the Ludens before your 4 caps. Ludens is fine. It's a good early spike.
Yeah.
The Triforce, though, that's a big question mark. But here comes the charge. The engage is in. The Nasus is the one that's been bound up by the Skarner, but it's already going wrong here for the red team. Rogue only's gone down. They've traded it back with 1, but it's now a 2-for-1. What's going to happen here? Siren should go down and does, but it doesn't matter because the rest of the red team has fallen. Triple kill for the Riven. Looking great. That's quite the
Yeah.
name. Thanks for considering casters when you made your name.
I
Oh
have
my, oh
nothing to
my.
say to that. All I have to say is, yeah, those are the sorts of situations where the Jax and the Riven really do shine. And I think Red Team spent a little too much time trying to whittle down the big health bar on the Nasus. Didn't really pay attention, didn't really respect the potential for the Jax and the Riven, and
Ooh.
they're just going to throw themselves at the wall again.
Yep, they're going in, trying to get these reset kills. And there's a shutdown for the Gnar. Named CL is pretty happy with that one. As they're just trying to chase them down. They want to delay this, I feel. You want to stagger the death
Yeah.
timers as much as you can. But,
ARAM strats.
yep, absolutely. But the kills are coming in. Can they find enough to potentially get a tower? I don't think so. I think there's too much wave clear still alive in that Nasus and the Ziggs. Health Relic will be popped, but they lost all the way up to their inhib and haven't taken the first tower. Red team in some trouble.
Yeah, Red Team, one praise that we've really given them is that they are very good at coordinating in team fights. I think they combo their skills very, very well. But unfortunately, they're just not respecting Blue Team's ability to output damage, and they're not outputting enough damage themselves. So Blue has been doing very well in answering the engages by the Skarner and the Snowball. And along with staggering the deaths and resets, they've been able to get both towers and the inhibitors. So props to Blue Team for being able to play the ARAM the ARAM mechanics very well.
Yeah, absolutely. They've looked very clean. And I think the big thing is just they have so much AoE when the Jax and the Riven get going. Jax with CC, Riven just with raw damage on top of a Ziggs. It's so difficult for the red team to navigate these fights. They're going in as one, which we like to see, but they're unfortunately, you can go in as one, but you still need health bars. And at the moment, they don't have health bars after about the first 5 seconds of a fight.
They are fixating too much on the Nasus, I feel.
I agree.
Nasus is not the main damage dealer here. He built Triforce after Ludens. He has no damage. So basically you have to focus on the main damage dealers in those fights, which is the Riven and the Jax. And the fear now is that they may be too far ahead for a Red Team to really do anything about both these champions.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point there. Is that the Nasus and the Ziggs are very big threats in these holding patterns. When you're playing with the minions, yeah, the Nasus and the Ziggs are the main problem because they're poking you. Once the fight starts, though, those two don't really matter. Kill the Riven, kill the Jax, and you can clean up the Nasus and the Ziggs. They'll come after later. If you're using a Skarner ult on the Nasus, I feel like it's just not correct.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the point I want to bring across. We have to keep an eye on who this Skarner impales in the upcoming team fight, because the previous few fights, I think she's been going after the Nessus. Is looking at the Riven right now, but is not gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Now we have to see, the blue team is the one that will want to pull the trigger soon, as they could potentially take the game. I don't think they want to let the enemy inhib respawn. They are a little bit worried at the moment.
They have the wave clear. The Skarner is positioning very aggressively, though. So they definitely have to watch where they step, because a flash impale could spell doom for blue team if he decides to go for either the Riven or Jax.
It's very true. But at the moment, they're doing a pretty good job here with Huna being up in the front on this Maokai. But here we go. The play's been made, and it is Jax that's been impaled, but the Skarner got stunned up, so there was no big pullback. The red team are coming out on top at first, but it's all turning around. They unfortunately could not kill the Riven. There was a lot of damage dealt there, and I think we may well see the blue team activating that death march coming in. Ziggs going for the poke. Can they finish anything off? Need to wait for some minions here. Ooh, not Lars, getting caught by the Twisted Advance. Rogue Only's dead. Named CL, very, very low. And I think this might be the end of game one imminently. Don't go onto that fountain. Ooh, the bomb. Oh dear. Now they just have to... Oh no, the inhib! The inhib respawns! A guest appearance from the new Team Flash top laner. The red inhib saving them a game. As that will definitely mean we keep playing. As out comes Kawhi, but knows not to go in that circle. A lot of damage. But there we go.
Unlucky,
the game continues.
Man. Just unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky. Bad timing.
All right. Well, since we're still in this game, let's go back and sort of review the previous fight. I think the bait was very good. Bait to discard to go for it. I think a bit of desperation on the red team side did also help motivate that. But I can't finish my point as they're going in again.
As they are going in again, and Banana Sucker has absolutely been caught out. This will be another kill. The Nasus was just trying to get a reset, and she has done that. But that's actually 4 kills, as Huna has not respawned yet. So this should be the outer tower finally going down. The red team getting one structure back.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you sort of get the idea that right now Blue is just saying, yeah, okay, we'll reset right now and we'll go for a final push. We'll give away 1 or 2 towers. It's fine. But but they think right now they are objectively stronger. And if they get the
and
reset,
they're going
they
in
can win the
here.
fight.
They're taking a fight fairly outnumbered. As the cats were called in, under the tower is Skarner. Can they hold this tier 2? That'd be a very big deal, and I think they can, as Riven is just flying forward here, dealing so much damage and getting out. The Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't do a huge amount, but does help. Banana Sucker will be going down to Rogue only, and Huna goes down as well. This might have been an overreach. The death timers are pretty long.
Yeah, that was far too eager coming in from Blue Team. They really did not want to give away their second.
Oh, and here we go. They're
getting
stating round 2. And can they get anything done? Talon has gone down. Not Lars has to deal a lot of damage. She's gotten 1. It's not quite enough. She goes down. And can they get through this Nasus before another kill? The shield comes out, but no. The kill comes in, and do they now have the push power with just 2 of them? They'll get the inhib, but I don't think they'll get the base.
And they absolutely will not be able to continue pushing. They're just going to go for the resets right now, and not exactly sure what's going on from Blue Team. They're playing way too overeager. We did see, sort of tempered play coming in until they lost the final push there. And I'm not sure what's devolved right now. They just had to sit back and continue playing. But right now they've given over the advantage over the red. I think you can see that even though gold is not that different, red does have a bit of a tempo advantage as soon as they respawn.
Yeah, absolutely. There is. It was given too much away. Now your super minions are being matched by enemy super minions. It's not a great engage there. I think was just a little bit too gung ho. We have to come up with another name for them because I don't know how I can say loudly. We can try, but. It is very even.
Refer to them by the champion name. It's fine.
That's fine. Yeah. It is very even at the moment between these two teams as the waves are being ping-ponged.
Yeah. It's not meant to be even, though. The issue is that Blue basically just smacked their head into the wall and died like 3 times each, giving over a chunk of gold over to Reds. And now Red have I'm not actually sure if they reset, so...
They did.
Basically, even if they don't have the gold advantage right now, they do have a bit more of a tempo advantage since they're coming up from a deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been winning the last few fights, so they definitely can back themselves to win the next one. And it does just come down to execution. The items, I mean, obviously more items can come in, but I'm not sure how many more will come in before the end of this game, as it is only...
Yeah, you're not going to get too many resets until those Nexus explode.
Exactly.
Nexi?
Nexi? Yeah, let's go with Nexi. As Red Team is storming down here. Try and get some more pressure. That Eve stealth actually coming a little bit into effect, as you don't know if she's too far forward or quite far back. The red inhib is back. Now they have super minion pressure, but here's the engage. Huna found the twisted advance and popped those cats immediately. There's a Mega Inferno Bomb, not doing a huge amount. Nameseal with a good flash away. Can this Talon find her way out? No, they can't, but there is a kill back. And the health bars are very, very even at the moment. Nameseal goes down, but not Rogue. Gets 1. It's 2v3 at the moment. Hashido trying to charge forward, but unfortunately it's not the damage dealers here for the red side, as, not Lars is just getting chased off by the Maokai. This is very smart by Hashido. He's making them chase him back so they don't have as much time to push after he goes down, which he finally has. There's the charm on the Maokai, but now it's not Lars, has to buy 10 seconds, and that's not too hard.
Yeah. Couple things that Blue did really well right there. They engaged when Nar was not in Mega Nar form, and so they didn't really have all that tankiness, did not have the ult on the side of Red, and Blue did manage to basically shut down the gangplank very early on in that fight. So basically,
Oh,
once
and here's another
gangplank
engage
dies
though.
on
I
mid,
hate to cut you off, as Kawaii Suna has been found going forward in that stealth, getting a lot of damage out of those blades. Can they find anything more? Not Lars goes forward, doesn't quite get the kill, but the Talon will. And now this is Red Team's chance to swing it all back. Siren's down. This is actually 3 kills for nothing traded back. This is a bit of a disaster here for the blue team, as now the push is happening. They've got a super minion in that wave. How much time do they have? They've got about 20 seconds. Can they find a Nexus tower or even the Nexus itself? I don't think that means
it's super difficult here.
That Inhib is not too far away from coming back up. So we might see
We're going to see 2
round 2
Inhib
of
trolls
that.
in one game.
Ooh, maybe, but that tower goes down very, very quickly. They're taking the 2v5. They don't have much of a choice. And look at Talon just hitting the tower, just making sure they can get the structure. And I think the red team might well be able to get this one. They just need to focus the Nexus. And the Inhib came back! The Inhib has come back! It's Team Flash once again! They've been saved by the Inhib respawn. It goes down, but the Nexus is saved. Oh my word. 2 in a game.
The Inhib takers and the Inhib givers away. So unfortunate. What is going on in this game? I can't even I can't even say anything. I can't even say anything to that. Nope.
Oh,
not
they
even gonna
should
try.
have won. Oh no, it's happened again.
Blue should have won. If we're gonna go off the Inhib logic.
Okay, fine, but in that particular passage of play.
Alright, fair. Right, we're approaching the late game. Inhib trolls aside, we're probably gonna see just one final fight, right? One final major fight, and the game is over. And the main point right now I'm gonna focus on is red team's gangplank, because once the gangplank dies, they have no damage. Eve has gotten to that point where she started to fall off, and everyone else is just super tanky. So once the GP dies, the most they can do is delay. That's all.
This is a lot of damage on that gangplank though. Has completed the second Infinity Edge. So has a sword in each hand. It's just crazy amounts of damage. Didn't even go for the Essence Reaver. Bother. But red team at the moment do have the advantage in terms of the map, because their Inhib is up. They have super minions. They should be able to push. Though the wave clear from the blue team makes that very, very difficult.
Yeah. It's sort of like a 55-45.
Absolutely. Very, very close. Oh, but here comes the engage. The Mega Inferno Bomb has already been used. They're charging forward. In there goes the Evolt. Talon is being chased out. Can they get enough healing? No, they go down. But where is the gangplank trying to track them? I can't even see them on screen right now, but is Skarner chasing the Ziggs? And this is the red team coming in hot. And this should be them being able to walk it in. That Inhib's not going to respawn. Surely.
Yeah, a bit of once
the
again,
Nexus. The red team. A comeback.
I think we can both agree that the MVP in this game was the red inhibitor.
Yeah, that's not even in debate.
Basically.
That was.
Can we give points to the red inhib? Because I think the way it works is if you win a game, you get points. Like each individual player gets points.
Yeah, that
and then
makes
they
sense.
shuffle.
I
So
think,
can we give points to the inhib?
Yeah, red inhib definitely MVP there for the red team.
Oh my word!
My God. Oh my! But with that, we'll be back very soon for another game. Hopefully it's as fun as the next. I mean, ARAMs are so much fun. Hell yeah, throw these at me.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. We'll see you very soon, guys. Don't you worry.